President, I rise today to fix a troubling loophole in our earmark rules. Earmarks are something I strongly oppose. I believe they breed corruption, overspending, waste, and abuse. There's been bipartisan concern about the earmarking process for decades. In 2007, the process got so out of control that even earmarking's biggest supporters decided we needed guardrails. The Senate passed the Honest Leadership and Open Government Act. The bill created Senate Standing Rule 44, which requires the authors of any bill considered by the chamber to do this: identify each earmark contained in the bill and ensure that the text is publicly available at least 48 hours prior to proceeding to the bill. These two protections help shine light on the earmarking process. There was significant bipartisan support for the protections in Rule 44. In 2007, on the Senate floor, Senator Hillary Clinton said that Rule 44 would help curb wasteful spending by creating greater transparency in the earmark process. It was nearly unanimous, including the two senators from New Hampshire. I want to read a portion of her comments. I believe we can improve accountability by mandating publication of the earmark for a minimum period of time prior to any vote on the underlying measure, ensuring that both other elected officials and the general public have the opportunity to scrutinize the sponsored outlay. Taking these common sense steps would ensure that legislators are made to answer for the spending they co-sponsor. Quote, Hillary Clinton. Couldn't agree more in this case. But the drafters of Senate Rule 44 left something out. The rule does not apply to legislation brought to the floor as an amendment from the House. This means that a determined majority can ignore the protections offered under the rule simply by using a common procedural mechanism. The bill I seek to pass today closes this loophole. Senator Durbin commented about how important it was back then as well. Congress should abide by the rules it created for itself. We recently saw the consequences of this loophole. The omnibus appropriations bill considered in March contained nearly 5,000 earmarks, totaling nearly $10 billion. The Senate passed the bill less than 48 hours after receiving the text, in violation of the spirit of Rule 44. As Dr. Tom Coburn used to say in this chamber, earmarks are a gateway drug. We must close this unintended loophole before the situation gets worse. In fiscal year 2010, the last year of earmarking before the congressional ban, Congress passed 11,000 earmarks at a sum of $32 billion. We cannot go back there. Earmarks give Congress a personal incentive to vote for the huge spending bills that are dragging America into bankruptcy. I talked about it last night when I introduced my own budget to try to go the other direction. The return of earmarks will mean the return of earmark scandals, earmark corruption, much sooner than you think. Let's do the minimum to prevent this. Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Committee on Rules and Administration be discharged from further consideration, and the Senate now proceed to Senate Resolution 687. Further, that the resolution be agreed to and that the motion to reconsider be considered, made, and laid upon the table.